Hey guys, it's Melanie and Mr. Kong, who, if you hear heavy breathing, it's the dog, not me. Right, buddy? Right? He is so cute, you guys. He might decide to trample through the middle of this pile here because that is what he do. But today is another declutter. I'm actually recording this on the same day as the eyeshadow declutter that I did. I'm not sure if I'm going to put these videos up back to back or a week or so apart. So I will be sure to link the eyeshadow declutter down below in the description box, just in case you missed that and you're curious. There are actually a few more eyeshadows that I went ahead and grabbed, and so those are in here as well. What I'm decluttering in this video are different face products, blushes, like I said, a few more eyeshadow products. There's a lot of concealers up there, and then also some pencil products that are either expired or they have gone bad. So I will let you guys know that the products that are up here in this section, I will just be tossing because there is no way for me to properly sanitize them. Actually, I see one thing that I can pass along, one concealer that comes in a tube that I think would be fine, but the rest are more like direct application to the face, and I just don't feel comfortable passing that kind of stuff along. The rest, per same as my other video, I do try to sanitize as much as I can and pass it along to either my nieces or my friends, and that is how I choose to declutter my makeup that I am no longer interested in. These are things that I have just found myself purposely not reaching for, and when that happens, it means that I don't really love these products anymore, and if I don't love something, it doesn't need to be in my collection. I'm gonna dive in, I'm gonna stop talking. First I'm going to start with is this highlight and contour palette from IBY Beauty. I think this is actually really nice, but I have other contour powders that I am just more obsessed with, and I don't use these highlighting powders. I think this is actually a really, really good contour and highlight palette. It's just not something that I reach for though, and so since it is very minimally used, I felt like this was something great to pass on and for somebody else to be able to get some joy out of. So there's that. I'm gonna move you guys so I can get around the camera a little bit better. So let's do some of these face powders. This is a Sue Devitt powder. This was actually kind of expensive. It is her triple seaweed pressed powder in the color Great Sandy Desert. This was never a great color fit for me. It's very yellow, and I have a lot of yellow undertones in my skin, but this makes me look jaundiced. So unfortunately, I don't actually know who can use this that I know, because I don't know any human being that is this shade of yellow. So this one might end up getting tossed. Whoever gets it in a bag, they'll probably be like, yeah, I can't use this. I have a bronze booster from Physicians Formula that honestly, I don't even think I ever put my brush in this. So this is brand new. It's a really nice bronzer, but I don't use bronzer a ton, and so I kept a few. This was not one of the ones that made the cut because I just didn't reach for it at all this summer, so that means that somebody else can enjoy this. This one, I just don't get much color payoff anymore from, and it does have a pretty decent dip in it. Can you see what that powder did? I don't know that this powder was ever really pressed properly, but I did use a fair amount of this. It's from the Body Shop, and it is in the shade 01. It's their bronzing powder. It's just called bronzing powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. It's a couple years old. Well, a few years old. This is my Everyday Minerals base in the IT formula. I don't even know if they still make this anymore. This is their hydrating formula, and this is the color Golden Medium. Two things. This is too dark for me, and two, I don't need a hydrating formula like this. I prefer more matte formulations, but I do still really enjoy Everyday Minerals, so I kept my other bases from them. My favorite formula is the semi-matte, so this is just not my favorite. This is a Catrice powder that I actually got in Germany, but I just don't use it. It's a translucent You can actually kind of see the pan underneath. I think I use this a fair amount, but just found myself not reaching for it recently at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it along. This is a Trish McAvoy Correct and Brighten Loose Mineral Powder in Extra Brightening. This was actually a part of my professional kit. I had several Trish McAvoy products in there, and for some reason I kept this, but I've never actually used it. I used to use it on clients, but yeah, I don't use it. This is a silica powder that I got from Coastal Scents. This is the same silica that is in like the Makeup Forever HD. It's basically just the raw ingredient. I did use this for a while, but I don't know, there's just a ton in here, and I've found that there are other setting formulas that I like better, so I'm just gonna get rid of this. I've got 3 kind of highlighting products here, and I feel like I'm yelling into the camera. Hopefully I'm not too loud. I have a Lorac Spotlight Perfectly Lit highlighter. I just don't use this. This is the No Filter finishing powder from NYX, which I actually used as more of like a highlighter. I think this is okay, but I don't know. I just don't reach for it. This is probably one of the newer products here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pass this one along. I'm gonna sanitize it and pass it along. And then this is an IT Cosmetics Hello Light Illuminating Powder. I just don't reach for this one either. I think it's good, but I think the color is actually a little bit too dark for me for highlighting, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. 3 kind of liquidy products here. So this is the Hylamide Matte 12-hour Invisible Oil. This is terrible. I don't like this product at all. It made my face shiny as all get out. This was a flop for me personally. This is the Hylamide Pore Delete Instant Surface Perfector. This did not work for me either. Once again, Hylamide, part of the Deciem brand, just didn't work. This is a Urban Decay All-Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I never use this, so this is actually full. I do know that my nieces use this stuff, so I'll pass that along to them. I feel like I should be going faster. Several blushes here, 4 from the drugstore, a couple from Milani. This is Milani as well. 2 of these Too Faced blushes that I don't like these colors, so I've decided to pass those along. Nothing wrong with them, just not reaching for them. The few more eyeshadows that I included were 2 from Milani. There was an Urban Decay one in the color Cult. There are 2 NYX Ultra Mania pigments that I have just never reached for. I don't even remember when I bought these. So those need to go. And then 2 Laura Geller eye products. One is a eyeshadow duo that I know is really old that actually I think I'm going to toss this in the garbage, this one. And then I think I'm going to toss this in the garbage too because this pan is not glued down anymore. This is actually a liner duo, and I'm just going to, so you guys can see, that's the terracotta pan. Terracotta, apparently? Terracotta. Jeez. This is just kind of messy, and I am just not reaching for it. It's, like I said, a duo for lining your lashes. It's an eyeliner, for the love of all that is good. Why are my words not coming out right? All right, let's move over here. And the dog has started snoring, so my hand is so messy now from that. Okay, so these are just a bunch of NYX correctors and concealers, and I'm not reaching for these. I haven't reached for them in a couple of years, and they are cream products, so I'm sure they are expired by this point, so these just need to go. This is the Benefit What's Up highlighter. I don't use this. This is the one concealer I think I can pass along. This is from Amazing Cosmetics. It is their Amazing Concealer in Golden Ivory. I just don't have a need for this. The concealer that I like to use under my eyes is the Color Science Total Eye. It is actually an SPF concealer hydrating product in one. And I do find that this one is just a little bit too heavy for me. And again, I don't necessarily need the concealing. The Color Science one I use more because it has the SPF of 35, which I think is amazing. But this is just, I don't reach for this. This I will pass along. This I will not, because I did apply this directly to my eyes. This is the Line Smoother and Primer from Amazing Cosmetics. I just didn't like the way that this felt. It's very silicone-y. This is way too hydrating for me. The Amazing Concealer Hydrate, this creased like crazy the few times that I tried it, and it's in this stick format. It's a nice light color. It'll definitely brighten your under eye area, but yeah, it was just way too hydrating. It creased like crazy and it didn't look good. And then these are some different liners and brow products that are dried out. So there's one in there from Smashbox. There's one from Marc Jacobs. There's a couple of these Winky Lux. There's a Lorac, couple of Lorac products. But yeah, those are just, they're dried out, so they are not worth keeping. And this is a Kat Von D one, just a little nubbin that is all dried out. So I'm gonna back it up. There we go. It's most everything in the shot there, right? There we go. This is everything I'm gonna go either toss or pass along to my nieces. I will sanitize these things and then put them in the pile with the different eyeshadow palettes that I decluttered. Once again, if you missed that eyeshadow declutter, I will go ahead and link it down below. I think that for now, I might be done decluttering. I may do lip products, I may not. I may wait until, like I said, January to do a major declutter there. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm kind of in a weird place right now. I've been a little bit off for the last week just because of some things that have been happening that you guys know about. But yeah, I'm trying to kind of just put all of my like weird energy that I have right now into doing some stuff that has needed to be done for a while, and this is part of it. So, and there goes my phone. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.